I woke up to a strange smell, thick, choking smoke that clawed at my throat. My eyes snapped open. Something was wrong. I ran to the window. Orange flames licked the sky. The cornfields, my cornfields, were burning. I froze. For generations, my family had cultivated this farm. Rows of tall golden corn stretching for acres. And now, fire consumed it all. The crackle of burning stalks was deafening. The smoke stung my eyes. Neighbors had started gathering. They whispered in disbelief. I didn't have to look far to see the culprit. Karen Harris, the HOA president. Smug, arrogant, holding a lighter. "You can't keep blocking progress," she said. Her voice was cold, menacing. She thought she was untouchable. I ran out into the yard. The heat was intense. Sparks danced around my boots. I yelled at her, anger boiling. "You've destroyed my life." She just laughed. The fire spread faster than I could comprehend. The wind carried sparks in every direction. Neighbors were frantically moving their vehicles and pets. I grabbed my phone. 911. "Fire at my farm. Hurry!" I could hear the sirens in the distance. Hoses, engines, firefighters racing to contain the blaze. Karen's smugness vanished when the fire chief called her address. She froze, realizing the danger she'd put herself in. The very people I had called to save my farm were now heading to her door. Panic replaced her arrogance. The blaze was intense. Cornstalks fell, blackened and smoking. My heart sank. I could only watch. Neighbors took videos, snapped photos, evidence growing by the second. Karen tried to defend herself. I didn't mean..." But the firefighters arrived at her house before she could finish. Hoses at the ready. Authorities knocking at her door. The community was in shock. Some had long resented Karen's power trips. Some had secretly documented her petty antics. All the proof aligned perfectly. She had underestimated everyone. Days later, the investigation began. Fire marshals examined the scene. Evidence was clear. Accelerants the lighter, her fingerprints. Subscribe now for more unbelievable real-life stories. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. She could not escape accountability. I returned to my cornfield. The smell of ash lingered. The ground was blackened. My heart ached for what was lost. But I vowed to rebuild. Insurance helped, but the real victory was justice. The HOA and Karen faced fines, criminal charges, and public disgrace. Neighbors who once feared her now whispered about her downfall. Karen tried to appeal to sympathy. I was just trying to... Her words were hollow. The media coverage painted her as the villain. The entire town knew. Rebuilding the corn farm was hard work. Planting, watering, nurturing new rows of corn. Every seed was a reminder of resilience. Every sprout symbolized a lesson learned. The community began to rally behind me. Some even volunteered to help restore the land. Neighbors who had once feared HOA repercussions now openly supported the farm. Karen's arrogance was her downfall. She thought she could bully, intimidate, and destroy. She underestimated the heart of a farmer. She underestimated the support of a community. And she underestimated the law. Months later, the corn grew tall again. Golden stalks swayed gently in the wind. I walked through the rows feeling a sense of triumph, not just over Karen, but over fear and injustice. The fire was a dark chapter, but it became a story of resilience. HOA bullying was exposed for everyone to see. Neighbors learned the power of standing together. And Karen, she became a cautionary tale. I never expected my life to turn into this kind of drama. A morning fire, a panicked HOA president, and the wrath of justice. But every time I look at the cornfields, I remember. Arrogance has consequences. Destruction has consequences. And no one messes with a farmer's legacy. The moral is simple. Never underestimate hard work. Never ignore the law. And never think petty power trips go unpunished. When the firefighters showed up at her door, I felt a justice so sweet it almost tasted like victory. And as I walked through my corn, I knew one thing for certain. This farm, these fields, my legacy, no HOA president, no Karen, would ever take that away again. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more unbelievable HOA revenge stories. Share this story and comment your favorite moment. Don't miss a single showdown.